This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English, welcoming you to Daily Flash. We got today's talk, tomorrow's trends. Most importantly, we got you. We love it.
Yes. Okay, we've talked about this on the show before, robotic vacuums. And the security risk they may or may
Something
not
I never thought about until you told me.
pose.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have one of these?
I do.
Yes.
There's no camera on it, though.
So mine has a camera on it, which you can engage or disengage. And of course, it's disengaged. But I don't know for sure that it really is,
Yeah.
because if somebody had put that on there, I'm assuming they have access somehow, some way. And also, this thing maps out your entire home, every single room, right? So now there is a new U.S. crackdown over national security risks when it comes to robotic vacuums. They are a part of this whole technology thing. Anything that's imported that has robotic technology included in it, with the availability, including cameras that could see within your home, are part of this. Now, if you've got one already, not an issue. But they are naming some major manufacturers, and all of these are manufactured in China. iRobot, Shark Ninja, Dyson, Samsung, and LG vacuums. They are part of this whole crackdown with regard to new technology.
When you bought it, what was the camera for? Why would you want a camera on it?
Well, that's a good question. I guess they suggest that the cameras, if you need to check something in your house, or
I
if
see. It could be like a
if you're
sentry.
away and the vacuum is like hung up on something, maybe. I mean, that's the excuse they use, right? To me,
Okay.
it seems like it is definitely an invasion of privacy.
I think about our laptops. You know, we all have
Yeah.
laptops with cameras built in
Yes,
on it.
yes.
And if you have one of these and you are concerned, your best bet is to just put tape over the camera. I mean, turning it off, it could be activated, I'm certain, where it
Yes.
looks like it's off, but it's actually on. Same goes for your laptop, if that's a concern for you. And, you know, you think about a vacuum going through your house and what it can see, including you naked walking around or whatever. Now,
right?
I don't really. I had one that had LiDAR on it, which is like a radar, and it would scan the room first. So it was very precise. So I thought that was kind of cool. But it was just like you know, scanning the room. It'd go in the middle of it. I think the big, and correct me if I'm wrong if you've heard otherwise. There is one that will scan to see if you have a pet and the pet leaves you something.
Yes.
This is a surprise, and that it knows that's what it is,
Right.
and it won't roll because there is nothing. Have you seen those videos where
yeah,
it does
where it
that?
rolls
Now
over
that's
a-
the technology I need,
Yeah.
right?
So I don't want to scare you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you
James,
something that
Alexander, what do you say?
I'm going to tell you. Anything you have that has a camera on it can be hacked.
Yes.
Even your phone. So somebody could be staring at you while you're on a call.
Isn't that terrifying?
I mean, when you get to that fact and you understand where we are technology-wise, it is what it is.
I've seen way too many spy TV shows and movies to know that they can hack into my phone right now and
That's it. They
grab
can
our
recover.
conversation.
You know, I know what show you want. The Agency, because they do it all the time. You guys
The
watch that
Agency.
shit? I'm like,
Oh my
and they make
God.
like it's like, oh yeah, I can listen to everything he says right now. What do you mean? He's in Africa right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it.
And that goes to show.
here we go.
Another thing too. Anything you delete on there is not really
it's
deleted.
been deleted.
You still can bring it back up.
And same goes for your laptop too.
Yeah.
I mean, forensics that they do. You know, people. Which amazes me. People that they Google how to hide a body or how you know. And it's
People
like,
do that all the time. But
I know. I'm in incognito mode. No one. They're not gonna.
No,
they
incognito
can get it.
mode is red. It doesn't mean.
It doesn't mean anything
The
at all.
tech forensics business is so fascinating to me, and the
Yeah.
stuff that they are able to pull up from ages ago, and they, solve crimes. It's impressive.
Comes down to reverse engineering. You
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
something that's very high tech. They go, all right, well, okay, that's cool. We'll go back and
Yeah.
how can we manipulate it? All right. So if you're worried about that sort of thing, sure, maybe it goes back to just vacuuming it with your hand. But who knows? Pretty soon.
No, we're too lazy to do
We
that.
are
We are way too lazy
So
to do
lazy.
that. We'd
Yeah.
love to hear from you because, as mentioned, you are the most important part of our day. We love hearing from our
Yes.
viewers.
Yes, we do, and especially on the question of the day. What idea would you bring to life?
Oh,
What
I,
idea would you
yeah.
bring to life?
Idea would you bring to
A,
life?
a shopping cart that will automatically go back to the bin.
Return itself. So
Yes.
Jeez, that's like having the vacuum.
I don't care. Let them
Yeah.
put spy cameras on it. I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as the cart
You're
goes back.
eliminating jobs by doing that. You know, you got a cart
Well,
wrangler.
you're 100% right. But and I understand that part. But then also, yeah, you're 100% right. It makes us more lazy.
Yeah.
What is it about that people will not walk? That's
don't-
too far away. Or I have kids. I understand that, but.
I was at my favorite store the other day and I saw somebody just pop a wheelie and they jammed it up on the curb and the cart return is two
That's-
spaces over. I
Hurry up and get in the
was
car.
losing my mind in the car. I'm like, why can't you just put it into the cart return?
If there is one thing, I think this show, what we're is people bringing their shopping carts back. That's my idea. Okay,
that's
your-
I would
that's your
start
one
there
idea.
Yeah.
to
Alright,
make
you
a
start
better
there.
America.
There you go.
But
Put
it
light on the
would.
carts too and everything.
And I've said this many a time. I know everything about
Yep.
you if you
Yeah.
they do
I'm
what
with
you
you on
were
that
talking
one.
about.
Yeah.
Pop. I know everything about you. I don't want. I don't like you anymore.
Can we get a washing and drying machine that will fold your laundry for you and put it away?
I thought we had one. LG.
Well,
we need to talk to Dr. Frank.
Dr. Frank will knows about
I
that.
hate folding laundry.
Okay, your robots are going to be able to do that.
Okay,
Keep that in mind.
The robots.
The
Yeah.
robots.
The robots.
Are going to be able to do that. It's always making our life easier, which is
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
makes us lazier, as you were kind of
Yeah,
referring
it's
to as
true.
far as the vacuums. James, you got to have a
Man,
million
I got
ideas.
one. This is gonna save the rest of my hair. Having a program within the car that can teach my teenager to drive without me being in it, so I'm
Oh.
screaming and
The
yelling.
stress level.
That's a good one.
Don't you just see that? Slow down. You're going too fast. Don't hit the curve. Don't hit the curve. You know what? I'm done. Move.
This is what you need, James. You know, there's an urban legend that when oxygen masks fall, it's pure oxygen. It's oxygen that comes down. You're not supposed to really, but when you do oxygen, it's supposed to calm you down. They should have a mode. All right, I'm training somebody, and the thing falls down, so you can breathe the oxygen and go, okay, just turn right here.
And he just went on the freeway the other day. His first time.
That's scary.
That was with his mom, so I'm like, hey, yeah, you guys keep doing that. Not with me.
Oh my goodness.
Not with me, son. Not with me.
All right, James. Where can people go to answer this question of the
Yes,
day?
you can always go to our website at dailyflashshow.com and click on Sound Off.
Sounds
I
good.
love it. Okay, a new study out reveals a majority of people do not like surprises, especially surprise parties. The people who hate surprises aren't control freaks. They just want to be a part of the good thing. That's according to a recent survey. There is joy in looking forward to something. Some say that joy is stolen when they're caught off guard by a surprise. Experts say it can steal the anticipation. A few other items noted from the study: a surprise party can force an unrehearsed performance. It hits a sensitive nervous system harder. And for some, surprises once meant bad news. So when they say, just tell me,
okay.
believe them. Not about control, according to the experts. It's about getting to enjoy the fullness of the moment. What do you guys think? You like surprises? Do you like
hate
surprises?
surprises.
You
I
hate
hate
sur-
them. Yeah.
Really? Why?
I'll give you one surprise. I told my son, surprise me with a 3.8. And I said, other than that, I'm just not. I don't like being surprised.
You don't?
I don't want to say there's a fear of what you're just saying as far as bad news, but I just don't like it. I can't wrap my head around it. Like even with birthdays, I don't want to walk into a room, everybody saying surprise, because now I've trained myself to do other things to reach for something. So, do not surprise me with lights off and everybody saying surprise.
Oh. Okay.
Whoever is throwing the surprise party needs to know that, right?
Yes.
And they should, because
Yeah.
they should be a loved one. I'm completely opposite. I love surprises.
You love
Really?
surprises.
I'll tell you why. Because I like, more importantly, when I always feel like I can figure people out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And then when they surprise me, like, oh, they're not like that at all. And like, it makes me realize I'm not doing a good enough job of as well as I think I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
So I like when people surprise me, like, wow, that's. Okay, wow, I need to really evaluate how
Yeah.
I'm looking at the world because I thought this person was this one way. So now as far as parties go, yeah, I have no problem with that.
Really?
It makes me feel like, hey, there's a bunch of people that were
care
thinking
about
about
you.
me
Yeah.
when I wasn't around.
Yeah.
And again, it goes back to me.
Unless the world revolves around you, you're okay.
Are you a surprise person?
I'm okay with surprises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it when somebody does something that's been on my to-do list and I don't ask them to do it and it's done. That to
Okay.
me is like the best surprise ever. If
That's
it's a
a
project or
good
it's
gift,
something
yeah.
or like, hey, I've been meaning to do X, Y, and Z and it's already done and taken care of. Then it's like one less thing on my list
Well,
to do.
I try to do that, and you didn't do it. I needed this done this way, that
You
way.
folded the white ones. I needed the red
Let me just
ones.
refold everything.
Yeah.
And so I'm always afraid I'm going to do that, but I'm like, hey, can I at least get points for the effort?
The effort.
Right?
A for
I'll say
effort.
that. She's like, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I screwed it up. All right. Okay, good things, bad things about surprises. We don't want to be surprised by the fact that you email us. We want you to do it all the time.
Yes.
So drop us an email. It's on our website. Look for the sound off. Here's our brain flash question of the day. What is the name of the fictional high school in the movie Grease?
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Let's see if you got today's Brain Flash question right. Here is the question. What was the name of the fictional high school in Greece? All right. If you didn't know it, the answer is Rydell High. Rydell High in the movie Grease. Well, Americans are battling long job searches and they are quickly burning through their savings to stay afloat. So what should you do if you find yourself in the same predicament? Here with more insight is Jacob Zinkila from Business Insider. Jacob, great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
So why do you think in your research and reporting that job searches right now are lasting so long?
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly simple in that businesses aren't hiring nearly as much as they were a few years ago. And there are a lot of factors driving this. One is that economic uncertainty, including policy changes like tariffs, has made some companies hesitant to scale up their workforces. Another explanation is that some businesses did a lot of their hiring a few years ago. During the period, you might remember some people call it the Great Resignation, when workers were switching jobs at high rates. Companies ramped up hiring, and that surge is one reason hiring levels are comparatively slower now. AI also could be playing a role. While it's uncertain how many businesses are replacing workers with AI, it seems at least clear that some are at least assessing the impact of AI on their businesses and holding off on too much hiring until they have a clearer sense.
I know the financial experts always say have at least 6 months worth of living expenses saved up, and that can be hard for most of us. How are savings getting depleted so fast?
Yeah, obviously, when someone gets laid off, what they receive in terms of severance pay and their unemployment benefits can vary considerably depending on their employer and the state they live in. So not everyone can rely on these things to cover their expenses. So people have to turn to their savings during their job searches. And as anyone knows, when you don't have income coming in, your savings can get depleted really quickly. And this is always the case, but especially given some of the strong inflation of recent years that have pushed up prices of things like food and housing.
Yeah, and it's tough if you're faced with having to tap into that 401k. It just seems like once you start down that path, it's hard to get back. What are the biggest challenges that you see in today's labor market and in your reporting?
Yeah, I think a big challenge is that people are growing frustrated. Some people think that they're applying to tons of jobs. Some people feel like there's a lack of a human connection, that are the resumes being reviewed by a human, are they
Right.
just sending them into the void? People feel like, there's certain strategies like networking that, people want to try, but it doesn't always play out, doesn't always work out. So basically there's a lot of competition and a lot of demand and not necessarily a very high supply of roles right now. And that's just creating a lot of headaches and frustration for people.
Yeah, a lot of unknowns. And then when you're applying through some of these job websites, it's this magical algorithm that you've got to hit just right, it seems, in order just to have somebody see your resume. What role do you think the Federal Reserve plays here when it comes to jobs and interest rates? I know it's all kind of an interesting mesh.
Yeah, so I would say rising interest rates in recent years have, made borrowing more expensive for businesses, which can slow investment in hiring. There is some debate among economists about how much interest rate changes directly impact companies' hiring decisions. Whereas, if you're looking to buy a home, like higher rates will lead to higher mortgage rates generally, which is definitely going to make buying a home more expensive. It's a little bit less straightforward with the job market, but it definitely is a factor at play.
Yeah, it's interesting how you see how the interest rate plays into so many different facets in our life. What advice do you have for struggling job seekers right now?
Yeah, one of my top pieces of advice is to talk to whoever you can, whether it be friends, family, or people at companies of interest. Ask about open roles and stay in touch because those connections can make a difference. However, building new connections can take a lot of work and patience. I've had job seekers tell me they hear back from about 5% of the people they reach out to on LinkedIn. So if you contact a lot of people and have little luck, that's normal, but it can be still worthwhile. And I guess lastly, I just say not to be afraid to ask for help. Job searching can be really isolating. And I think many of us would prefer just to kind of quietly find a job on our own and not really have to ask for much advice or support from others. But in today's market, going at it alone can be pretty tough, both mentally and also in terms of actually finding a job.
Yeah, it's so difficult. That's a great point, Jacob, because I think so many of us, our identity is definitely tied to what we do for work and our jobs. So it does make things somewhat difficult. Jacob, great to chat with you. Good insight here. We're going to share this interview on our website at dailyflashshow.com/FMI. Jacob, thanks once again, and Business Insiders, where you can find more information.
Thank you there, Jackson. Some trending news story. I'm actually kind of happy about this because the Garden State, New Jersey, flipping the script. You'll understand why that makes sense. And ordering public schools to bring back cursive writing.
Yes.
Cursive. That's all starting next fall. And one of his final acts as governor, Phil Murphy, actually signed a new law requiring students in 3rd through 5th grades to actually learn cursive. He believes the move will help students with the basic skills like opening a bank account and signing checks later in life. It could happen. Cursive was generally kicked to the curb in 2010 when the outlandish Common Core standards were forced into districts. New Jersey is one of the number of states that are ditching Common Core and bringing back common sense, some say, and cursive back to their curriculum. It's something I appreciate. You guys know I appreciate handwriting altogether.
You have such beautiful handwriting.
And you know why I do.
Yeah.
I've told you this story, is that my 4th grade teacher told me I had horrible handwriting,
Yeah.
and it hurt my feeling really bad, and I started working on it all the time. However, if it's fast notes, I'll write in cursive.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I know it, but I'm still, as you can see here with my notes, I'm all capital letters and that sort of thing. I'm kind of happy to see it coming back.
Me too. I'm a combination of cursive and print, so I kind of write half and half.
Okay.
But when I went back home, my mom had saved a lot of stuff from my childhood years,
cool.
and I looked at some of my handwriting. I'm like, oh my God, I had beautiful handwriting in school, because they really made a point of taking that handwriting class and really sticking with it, and it was more of an art form.
It really is. I think you get to a point where you think, nobody cares, but
They do.
They do care, indeed.
Yeah.
More Flash after this. We're talking about fixing the healthcare system where we return. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you received a handwritten thank you note, or maybe actually you just wrote one yourself? It's probably been a while, hasn't it? Well, studies show that expressing gratitude in writing doesn't just make someone feel appreciated, it also can boost your mental well-being and even actually help your career. Our next guest, Erica Girard-Dibona, has a new book out. It's entitled A Letter is Better, The Art of Thank You. And she joins us now from Los Angeles. Hello there, Erica, and welcome to Daily Flash.
Thank you so much. How do you?
All right, here's the thing. It is, it's not done in schools anymore. They don't teach them how to write cursive. They don't teach any more of this. But there is something about getting a handwritten note. What are you saying that some of these benefits are of actually receiving those notes that are handwritten?
I think what you said, the fact that it's not being done anymore adds to its rareness.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's unusual to receive something in the mail to begin with, let alone something that's been written by hand, or as I do it, typed on a typewriter or on a computer with a cool font. It's anti-AI, really. It's bringing us back to old school, and it has more impact, I believe.
I believe so too. Handwriting, anybody that knows me, is a big deal in my life. When I was 4th grade, my teacher told me I had bad handwriting, so I always worked on it. So I really tried my handwriting, and it's something I appreciate a lot. Now, I know not everybody does it, but it's interesting. Your thoughts on the fact, like when you get a note, you can get somebody's personality, I feel, out of a handwritten note more than you would read just of a text, say a computer, email, or in some cases, I guess, a typed out letter. Is that true or not?
I think it's very interesting to get something that's been handwritten. There's a lot of people that do analysis of handwriting, and I think there's a computer program now, an app that you can even write your name in, and it'll analyze your handwriting for you and tell you your personality. But like I just gave a copy of my book to Jane Fonda, and she wrote me back a card, and I was so thrilled. I never even talked to her before, and I could see her loopy handwriting and her name in a big Jane with an XO, and that was thrilling for me. That was much better than a text or an email ever would have been. And I'll be keeping that card.
Yes, I was about to say suitable for framing, whereas an email you can't really frame, doesn't get the same impact. I want to talk a little bit about how important it is, because this day and age, a lot of people going to job interviews and even doing job searching, or even after a great dinner. Let's talk about how important it is to actually maybe do that handwriting thank you note, or just even a note.
I think that any form of appreciation is important. That you can write after a great dinner, you can get the name of the general manager or the owner and write to him or her or them. You can also get the name of your waiter and write about them.
Yeah.
And it's the next time you go in, trust me, they'll remember you more than the person who's standing in line behind you. I also do it for dentists and for doctors. They put it in their file, and when I come back, they'll thank me for it. And I know I'm the only patient that's going home after an appointment to thank them. And think of how much we all need a little bit of grace once in a while.
I agree with you. You say that there is a 3-paragraph format that crafts a well-written thank you note. And I think 3 paragraphs, boy, where am I going to go? But is this an easy thing to do?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good.
And I crafted that idea because people get paralyzed and they don't even know where to start. So my paragraphs are me, you, and us.
Okay.
I started with the word when. So that's my trigger word. It's what makes me think of when I received the gift, when I had the interview with you, when the door opened and the flowers arrived. It puts me in that moment. I also don't put the gift away. I don't eat it. I don't wear it. I don't hide it until I've written that note, because it keeps me fresh thinking about it and remembering the senses that I had when I had that feeling. Then the second paragraph is me, you,
okay.
You. And you is about my reaction to you. And it's where it's what I call the secret sauce, or it's a little bit of love about you. You are really the gift. And that's why this letter is important. It's not just what you did for me. It's also what I saw in our interaction and how I appreciated that you appreciate handwriting and that you were so enthusiastic about welcoming me to the show. And it's all about you and my reaction to you. And then the third paragraph is us, where I tie us together and take us into the future and say, I hope that we can do this again together, or that I'm going to write you a thank you and hope that you write me one back, or whatever you want to do to move it forward. That's the S paragraph. And then I always save the words thank you for the end.
Yes.
I don't put it at the beginning because that blows the lead.
You're right on that. Let's say you're not comfortable with your handwriting. Should that stop you?
No, I think if you don't like your handwriting, and a lot of us have handwriting, unlike you, handwriting that's diminished over the years, or that we never were really very good at. And as you said, some kids aren't even learning how to write anymore with cursive. So put it on the computer. I've gotten great letters from people that they use a very big font, they underline it, they put XOXO, and it still feels very personal. And it's an easy to read document. And that I think is encouraging to people. We're not Emily Post anymore. As you said, handwriting is really unusual anymore. And so it doesn't have to be only handwritten.
Very, very good points here. And if you want to find out more info, check out her book, A Letter is Better. We'll have this link on our website as well.
This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk. Before we do anything, let's check in with James Alexander.
Yes, and we're checking in with the 177 markets across the country where you can find our show, and across the globe on the American Forces Network. Now, if you want to find out where we are in your neck of the woods, go to our website, dailyflashshow.com, and click on Where to Watch, where you will find our local friend, or they're kind of local across the world, in Tamuning, Guam.
Wow.
KTGM in Tamuning, Guam. 4,000-year-old indigenous culture.
That's cool.
Indigenous culture. So Guam was first settled by seafaring people in over 4,000 years ago.
Wow.
The indigenous, let me see I say this correctly, Chamorro
Sure.
people have maintained their distinct language, culture, and traditions through centuries of colonial rule by Spain, Japan, and United States.
United States. Very nice. And a lot of English speakers there as well. I think,
Tons of
Air Force
English,
bases.
English is
Guam,
widely
we
spoken.
love you.
We do love
Yep.
you. Thank you, Guam.
All right. Anyway, we love hearing from you, of course.
Yeah.
We love knowing where you're watching us at. Drop us an email at flash@dailyflashshow.com. You can go to our website, hit on the sound off button. Okay, talking about laundry. Laundry is something I love folding my laundry, but I hate putting it away, right? It's like I love to fold laundry for some reason. It's kind of weird. Let me ask you guys, when you have blue jeans or jeans or whatever, how long do you wear them before you actually wash them?
Oh, I know that this is a good topic because some
Yeah.
people argue you should never wash them. I'd say 2 or 3 wears.
2 or 3 wears. What say you,
It
James?
depends on how
What you
expensive
did
the
on
jeans
it?
are. Yeah, well, no,
Or in it?
It depends on how expensive the jeans are. If they're highly expensive, I dry clean. I don't wash.
That's a good call.
Oh, okay.
Get them pressed.
Okay.
All right, they say for blue jeans 3 to 10 times.
3 to 10 times.
Wear them 3 to 10 times, and then you can wash. Well, Levi Strauss, when he made them, that's why he was like, "Hey, here's things you don't have to wash at all." And some are saying, like you had mentioned, you don't even need to wash them as often that they do. If you're obviously dirty, where you're out in the
Right,
getting
but they're initially
mud.
for workers, right? They
Right.
were
Yeah,
for
miners,
our
weren't they?
culture,
Yeah.
everyday wear.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Let me ask you, how often do you wash your T-shirts?
Oh, after every use.
After every use?
Once.
Once,
Yeah.
and then you throw it away.
I throw it away.
Yeah. All right, there's an American, which is cool to hear. America made a Herc Leon has actually unveiled what they call the Herc shirt, and it says you can wear it for 30 days without ever having to wash it. It's made with copper, silver, zinc, gold, and volcanic ash.
Okay.
And they also say 2 secret ingredients, which is kind of scary if you think about it when they say it. Anyway, it's out on the market right now. It says it's supposed to ship out in November. The thing about T-shirts, though, is you wear T-shirts because you expect maybe you're gonna not really food that gets on it or whatever. What they need. And a lot of people say that 3M, was it stain blocker stuff, is not good for you at all.
No.
So it's going to look dirty, but you don't have to wash it. Now, I'm thinking like T-shirts as like undershirts.
Yeah.
A lot of time. Seems like it can repel sweat, this T-shirt as well. Right now, they're only coming out in the color of black. Additional colors are planned on later. Would you buy one if it took 30 days before you have to wash
It
it?
has
Why
to go
not?
through the ultimate test. I have 150 kids. We can test it out on a whole football
Okay.
team.
You hearing
'Cause
that,
When I
Herc
walk
Leon?
into that locker room, it smells. I tell them all the time, secret toad on you.
There is
Thanks, boy.
Jackson, I know that you probably ever have to worry about this. There is something teenage boys. It is the foulest. I don't know. I mean, I was more. I mean, I know now. Just I don't know what it is. Can you imagine walking in a locker room, dude? It's gotta be
terrible.
horrendous.
You can tell, like, when you're in a line somewhere at a restaurant or you're somewhere where there are there's a certain funk about them that you just cannot explain. So I don't have to have one to know that they got a certain funk.
And it's just their hormones. It's their change. They move out of it, and that's why I think like Axe body spray got so popular. People like just started.
Just drown themselves in
They
it.
just drown themselves. Anyway, would you buy a T-shirt that took 30 days, or any kind of clothing that you only had to wash every 30 days? We want to hear why you would, why you wouldn't. Flash at dailyflashshow.com.
Stay with us. Don't go anywhere, Daily Flash. Bye.
Hey, I was at CES 2026, and if you don't know, that is where you get to see the newest and coolest electronics, some really incredible tech. And one of the coolest discoveries is this ASUS computer. It's the ROG Flow Z13. ASUS recently collaborated with Kojima, and it has taken gaming and computing to a whole new, fun level. Here's what I learned.
This is the ROG Flow Z13 KJP edition. So this is our we call it the world's most powerful gaming tablet, right? It's got a detachable keyboard, right? It's got a SD card slot, replaceable storage, anything that you could want for really portable, on-the-go work, and play. But the kind of star of the show this year is that we've created a special edition of it in collaboration with Kojima Productions, which is one of the biggest names in gaming today.
So if you're a gamer, you know who Kojima is.
Yes, if you think of like the most famous movie directors you can think of, like Hideo Kojima is that for gamers. He is an absolute visionary in the space, and so fans of his are going to flock to this in droves.
What is his influence on this machine? What can we actually see?
So he has this very distinct visual style, and he works with an art director named Yoji Shinkawa on all of his projects, who also has a very distinct style as well. And so when you look at what we've done with this device, the color scheme is all new.
Let's show folks.
All these kind of cool, futuristic, clean lines, the use of carbon fiber here, that's all new for this device. If you flip up this hinge, you'll see a lot of these other influences down here. All of this is kind of based on their design, the kind of the mascot of their production company, and the video games that they've created also use a lot of that aesthetic style as well. It's extremely recognizable.
Okay, ROG, we need to explain this because gamers, of course, know what it is, but maybe those that might be a little bit newer to it.
Sure.
Explain what ROG is all about.
ROG is all about providing the highest performance gaming experiences to people, not only in the PC space. We primarily work in the PC gaming space, but also for people playing on console and Xbox at home and things like that as well.
All right, and so gamers are going to love this, but you had mentioned about creators. This is like on the go. You can take this pretty much anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And also to kind of feels like a little bit of a tablet feel as well.
It is. That's what's so cool about it is you can use it kind of like this with the keyboard attached, like a laptop if you want to. It's got this great big touchpad on it. You're going to be very familiar using that. But, you can also detach the touchpad, have it stand on its own, and, grab a controller and play that way. So this is using one of AMD's new Strix Halo chips. What it means is that the graphics and the CPU are all on a single chip. Traditionally, that's not what we do with a lot of gaming devices. They have a separate dedicated chip for graphics. But on this, because it's all on one chip, but still extremely powerful, you get actually roughly the same performance as you would get on some of those dedicated chips, but with better battery life and power efficiency because you only have to drive that one chip. And then the other cool thing is that it shares the RAM, the memory, with the rest of the system. So we actually put 128 gigs of RAM in this, which is a huge amount. But what you can do is that you can split that up however much you want between the system and the graphics and say, I want to do really high resolution gaming, or maybe I want to work with local language models and do AI work because I'm at programming AI stuff. I want to dedicate a ton of memory to that. You can do all that with this machine. Again, versatility and being able to kind of tune things how you want them for the task at hand.
Pretty cool, right? Well, the ROG Flow Z13 is pretty special because it's one of the only devices that is simultaneously a tablet, a full Windows gaming PC, a 2-in-1 laptop, and expandable to desktop-level GPU power. Let's not forget, the ROG Flow Z13 is powerful for a small device, has a high refresh rate touchscreen, and it is very portable. What's cool is that it also includes Microsoft Super Resolution. That's an AI-powered image upscaling feature that enhances, even enlarges low-resolution images by up to 8 times. Yes, 8 times. That reduces blur and pixelation. Now, you can find out more information on our website at dailyflashshow.com/FMI.
KSA Entertainment is dedicated to uplifting the communities we serve. Through KSA Cares, we're bringing awareness to the causes that matter most, supporting those who work tirelessly to make a difference. From honoring veterans to championing environmental responsibility, KSA Cares is committed to inspiring positive change. At KSA Entertainment, we're here for the stories that bring us closer. Innovate with us. We can make a difference.
The average age of menopause is around 52, but symptoms can start much earlier, sometimes as early as the mid to late 30s. Joining us now is board-certified OBGYN Dr. Donna Adams-Pickett, a spokesperson for CUNAL, to help us better understand what women can expect during this stage of life. So, doctor, what should women expect during perimenopause and menopause?
Well, menopause is a significant transition for the nearly 1.3 million women who experience it in the U.S. a year. And while hot flashes are your most recognized symptoms, they can affect nearly every aspect of your life during menopause. In fact, nearly 80% of women experience symptoms such as hot flashes, brain fog, night sweats, and fatigue. And many feel overwhelmed by those changes. And they search for support and not even realize that these are part of menopause itself.
How can they find support through the menopause journey?
Well, a comprehensive approach is key. And that includes optimizing lifestyle habits like making intentional dietary changes, staying active, prioritizing sleep, and incorporating trusted supplements. And that's why I recommend Qunol Menopause Relief. It's hormone-free, estrogen-free supplement designed to support women during all stages of menopause. It's actually formulated to support 12 common physical and mental symptoms, including that brain fog, that focus and attention, but also dizziness, mood swings, skin discomfort, and vaginal dryness. It's formulated with 2 clinically active ingredients to provide comprehensive support. Cognizin citicoline, a highly absorbable nutrient shown to improve support mood, as well as focus and attention to help with that brain fog. And then there's Estrogen 100, which helps those physical symptoms like joint discomfort, fatigue, night sweats, and vaginal dryness. In a clinical study, 75% of women reported high satisfaction with their improvement in overall symptoms, and nearly 97% reported improvement in their hot flashes. The best part, it works pretty fast in as little as 4 weeks.
And you can find it at CVS and Amazon starting at $24.99. That's great. What else should we do?
You know, the best thing to do is to speak with your doctor. Tell them that I'm going through these changes. Don't be afraid to talk about it, because you know what? We do have support out there for you. Qunol Menopause Relief is one of them.
People may be losing muscle along with the fat while taking GLP-1 medications. New clinical research is now pointing to a natural alternative that changes that conversation entirely. Here to tell us more is Sarah Kennedy, founder and CEO of CaloCurb.
We're so excited about the 4th human clinical study that we have just published. It was done on 150 patients, men and women with a BMI between 25 and 35 over 6 months. And what the treatment group showed that they lost a considerable, significant amount of weight, but it was all fat. No muscle was lost. It completely preserved muscle. CaloCurb works by stimulating those natural hormones, one of which is GLP-1, and it lasts for 4 to 6 hours. So we work with your body to help you manage your food and manage those portion control. So you can learn more about CaloCurb if you go to the website, which is CaloCurb.com. It's got all the science on it. It's got everything about its development. And if you use the discount code START, you'll get 10% off that first order.
Artificial intelligence is changing the workplace, and many professionals are wondering how to keep their skills current and stay competitive. Here with how workers can future-proof their careers in the age of AI is Paul Bingham, Senior Vice President and Executive Dean of Western Governors University's School of Technology.
AI really means opportunity. History has shown us that new technology always brings new opportunities. This is the case with AI. It is changing the nature of jobs. At the same time, it's creating additional jobs. As an example, a recent LinkedIn report says that AI engineer is the fastest growing job title this year. WGU was founded almost 30 years ago as a fully online university, so we've always been at the forefront of technology. With the nation's largest school of technology, our bachelor's and master's programs and our skills-based certificates can help you advance your AI skill set. Our programs are accredited, competency-based, and affordable, with many integrating popular technology certifications at no additional cost. We can help you advance your AI skill set or upskill today. Simply go to wgu.edu, and we'd love to tell you more.
If you love unique home decor, a big summer shopping event is back. Lifestyle expert Valerie Greenberg has a preview of the Mackenzie Childs Barn Sale.
Hi, I'm lifestyle expert Valerie Greenberg with the details for some unique summer savings that can help you upgrade your space. If there's one shopping event that home decor lovers look forward to every year, it's the Mackenzie Childs Barn Sale. This year's event runs through July 16th through the 20th, features 5 days of exclusive savings, limited time finds, and beautifully crafted pieces that can bring color and personality to any home. Shoppers can choose from more than 2,000 handpicked items online, as well as at the Mackenzie Childs store locations in Aurora and Soho, New York. Plus, Loyalty Rewards members receive exclusive early access starting July 15th. From hand-painted ceramics and the brand's iconic enamelware to seasonal decor and collectible favorites, the Barn Sale is a chance to discover the craftsmanship and whimsy that have made Mackenzie Childs a favorite for decades. This year also marks the first time the viral Mocha Check and Emerald Check fan favorite collections will be included in the Barn Sale, alongside signature pieces like the Courtly Check collection and the iconic 2-quart tea kettle. Whether it's the first Mackenzie Childs purchase or the next treasure in a growing collection, every day of the Barn Sale brings new arrivals, exceptional savings, and the thrill of discovering something special. I'm lifestyle expert Valerie Greenberg. For more information about the Mackenzie Childs Barn Sale, visit mackenziechilds.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson.
In the tense 72 hours before D-Day, the fate of the world hangs in the balance. This is today's must-watch movie, Pressure.
Tiger was a training op, dress rehearsal for D-Day. They walked right into it. One mistake. Just that one mistake.
Ike, you have to stop doing this to yourself. What's done is done. Group Captain Dr. James Stagg, here at the express request of General Eisenhower.
Do we have a date yet for the invasion zone?
D-Day is in 61 hours from now. This is the largest seaborne invasion in history. Fate of the war, thousands of lives hinge on this. I need a forecast. Churchill tells me you're the best meteorologist in the country.
Get me the latest readings from every single base within 2,000 miles of Normandy. The invasion's confirmed for Monday. Monday.
Oh, they won't like this.
We are faced with a succession of 2 aggressive storms.
Are you absolutely certain?
D-Day will be calm and sunny. I couldn't disagree with that more.
If D-Day is cancelled, we will lose this war.
The final decision on the timing of D-Day will be mine, and mine alone.
If you invade tomorrow, they're going to be washed away.
300,000 men with families that they may never see again. Why should I trust you?
We must face the facts. The facts, however frightening they may be.
If we delay...
The enemy will be ready and waiting. They'll slaughter every single last one of us.
The storms that I'm talking about are real, and the wrath of nature is real.
You wonder about the name. Mainly, it's based around a meteorologist. They had to get a weather report over to the Allied forces. That's what this is about. And Brendan Fraser playing, of course, Eisenhower.
So good. That does it for us. Be good, everybody.
Bye-bye, y'all.